Okay, let's dive into something really exciting today. India's next big step in space. We're talking about Chandrayaan 4. It's their next big lunar mission. And people are calling it a really pivotal moment. So our goal here is basically to give you the quick guide, the shortcut to understanding why it's such a big deal.
Exactly. And this deep dive, it's not just, listing facts about the mission. It's more about getting why Chandrayaan 4 matters so much, globally speaking.
Yeah.
It's a huge scientific step for India, yes, but it could also bring breakthroughs for everyone.
Absolutely. So maybe you follow India's space program closely. Maybe this is the first you're hearing about it. What exactly is Chandrayaan 4 and how is it different from the ones that came before?
Okay, so at its heart, Chandrayaan 4 is India's, let's say, next really ambitious trip to the moon's surface. It's designed to push what we know about, our closest neighbor in space. And unlike earlier missions, they were more focused on orbiting, maybe those first landings, this one. It's about going deeper.
Deeper,
Literally
literally
deeper.
digging deeper, yeah. And that digging deeper, that connects directly to its main goal, right? Which is fascinating. They're not just mapping things out, they're actually hunting for specific stuff, water and minerals. Why is finding that so revolutionary? For space exploration, I mean.
Well, look, finding water isn't just about, water on the moon. It's about potentially unlocking the moon as a kind of functional outpost.
Yeah.
Imagine, instead of dragging every single thing you need all the way from Earth, future bases there could actually, live off the land, so to speak. Chandrayaan 4 is really fundamental to making that idea real. It could enable what scientists call in situ resource utilization.
Using what's already there.
Exactly. Using the moon's own resources, like, say, water ice they hope to find.
Yeah.
You could potentially process that into rocket fuel or oxygen, maybe even materials for building things. That completely changes the game for having a long-term presence on the moon. It's a real game changer.
Okay, wow. So to pull off something that ambitious, looking for specific resources, in what sounds like a tough environment, the technology must be, pretty advanced, right? What kind of new tech are we talking about for Chandrayaan 4?
That's a great point. Because, Chandrayaan 4 is really pushing things technologically. The plan is to use next-generation equipment, highly sophisticated instruments, and crucially, it includes a rover. That's key.
A rover, right?
Yeah, having that rover is critical because it means you can directly interact with the lunar surface. Orbiters, they give you the big picture, which is great. But a rover, you can go to specific spots, collect samples, analyze them right there. It gives you vital, localized data. You get a much, much more detailed picture of, say, geological features or where resources might be concentrated.
So this high-tech mission with its rover, where on the moon are they actually sending it? I heard the South Pole mentioned specifically. Why there? What's special about the South Pole for this water hunt?
The South Pole, yes. It's incredibly compelling because it has these areas called permanently shadowed regions. Think of parts of deep craters where the sun literally never shines.
Ah,
Ever.
wow.
Never. So they act like extreme cold traps. Super, super cold. And the idea is that significant amounts of water ice could be trapped there, protected from the sun's radiation for, billions of years potentially. But that also makes it incredibly challenging.
Yeah, so.
Well, you have to land safely in what's likely very rough, uneven terrain, and then you have to operate instruments, maybe even move a rover, in perpetual darkness and extreme cold. It's a huge technical hurdle.
Okay, so beyond the pure science of it, the exploration, what does a mission like this mean for India, just more broadly? Back here on Earth, how does Chandrayaan 4 affect its standing or its economy?
Right. Well, there's the national pride aspect, of course. But it goes much deeper. Chandrayaan 4 could really ignite India's private space industry. A success like this, it tends to attract international investment. It encourages homegrown innovation, think robotics, AI, resource extraction tech, and it really solidifies India's position as a leader in global space research. It's almost like creating new industries or supercharging the tech capabilities they already have. It's not just about finding stuff on the moon.
And it's not just India working alone, is it? We seem to be seeing more and more international cooperation in space lately. Where does Chandrayaan 4 fit into that picture?
Yeah, that's a really important trend. And this mission does involve cooperation with international space agencies, which really underlines that there's a shared global interest in exploring the moon. This kind of collaboration, maybe it's sharing data, maybe developing instruments together, maybe ground station support, it really highlights that India's expertise is recognized globally. And it shows that exploring space, especially something complex like the moon, is increasingly becoming a shared human effort.
So with all this ambition, this cutting-edge tech, the challenges, What's the time frame we're looking at? When might we actually see Chandrayaan-4 launch?
The current thinking, the plan, is for a launch within the next few years. Of course, these things can shift, but that's the target window. And naturally, there's a significant budget allocated to it. That
Yeah.
really shows how important this mission is nationally, the commitment behind it.
Okay, so wrapping things up a bit, Chandrayaan-4, it really does seem like a critical next step for India. Important scientifically, yes, unlocking moon secrets, but also, as you said, economically, technologically. It really cements India's place as a major player in space.
Definitely. And for you listening, maybe think about the bigger picture here.
Mm.
These missions, they're not just about charts and data points. They push the limits of what humans can do. They inspire, the next generation of scientists and engineers. And they show what a nation is capable of on the world stage.
Right. And maybe here's a final thought to leave you with. This whole idea of searching for valuable resources, like water, in environments we used to think of as totally hostile or useless, like the moon's dark south pole, it doesn't just push science forward. It changes how we see potential, how a nation positions itself globally, and it inspires people. So it makes you wonder, what other seemingly unsuitable places, maybe here on Earth in extreme environments or even further out in the solar system, what hidden resources or revolutionary insights might be waiting there, just waiting for us to figure out how to look.